Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. There are some changes coming to a variety of content that Cloud Imperium games are putting out this year in regards to Star Citizen, and we know a lot of what Cloud Imperium are focusing on as well, so I want to kind of talk about all of that. Some CIG employees are now back in the office, but they will be going sort of all out from next week as most of the rest of them return as well. 3.18, that's going to be the main focus over the next few weeks, and getting that out the door to live and then, stable as possible. We know that Cloud Imperium are having scheduling meetings right now, and they are planning out what features are coming out for the year, what's actually viable, what's planned to be in those patches, what devs and what teams are working on what features. They are focusing a little bit more on what we're going to get up until Q2 2023, at least from the roadmap point of view. We also know that Cloud Imperium are trying to push out 4.0 by the end of this year, if at all possible. So we're going to be getting a roadmap update on the 8th of February with a lot more of those details and sort of context for what's going on. But Cloud Imperium said they also want to make sure their devs are aware of where their work fits into the puzzle in a clearer way. Hopefully that will be translated into something that backers see, a clearer picture of the year. There's quite a lot of information given out on the roadmaps, the progress tracker, and from the monthly reports sort of all together, along with Cloud Imperium's shows. However, quite often we lose some of the greater context of sort of connecting all these things together, unless we read it all ourselves and then put it in context ourselves. There's not enough time in the day, potentially, to check all the updates constantly on Star Citizen and the changing nature of the game's development. I'm hoping that Cloud Imperium are going to be more open with features, delays, time frames, and plans. That said, they are the most open development of any game. I just wish they shared their concerns or potential delays or what's happening sort of real time. When they know something's happened, when they know there's a potential delay. During like a PTU or Evocati test, a little weekly update focused on what they are roughly working on, how it's going, what the current time frame's looking like, what they need to overcome. That would be amazing. Those patch watches they give us during like a PTU cycle, they're great as well. They give us a load of deeper information about the patch, but they are totally different from a how is it actually going? What sort of major obstacles have you overcome? What do you have to do? When are we going to see the open PTU? Most likely, what do you have to overcome to do that? Something I'm very much looking forward to in the latter half of the year is a return to the physical CitizenCon. This time it's going to be in LA, so that will probably be in October. I'm also expecting the return of a gameplay demo at this year's CitizenCon. They do love to have those on the big stage. Now, obviously, we haven't had a physical CitizenCon for a while. We haven't had a true gameplay demo in a while. Really looking forward to CitizenCon. You can expect Cloud Imperium to try some new things with Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live, though that formula is actually pretty good. They have their new offices and recording studios. That's very cool, and that's all coming online more and more, so they will likely be able to get more dev interviews and show segments more easily during their 3-week hiatus as well every season. I hope they actually do something to fill that gap. It was also said that office tours will be a thing again soon. For me, these give a huge amount of deeper information about the health of the project and what's to come. The fact that their main studios are in the UK is awesome for me as well. There are some concierge and sub-events that are supposed to be run by CIG at some point too. We do know that they are going all out with their Bar Citizen sort of attendance now as well, so they're actively attending lots of Bar Citizens. I just like devs out in the wild and answering questions, and when they attend these events, especially if there's lots of devs there and there's some heavy hitters there, then they do seem to answer a lot of questions for the backers, and there's a lot of development information out there. We also know that things like the Siege of Orison, Xenothreat, Jumptown 2.1, and potentially some other events will all be turning up throughout the year. Obviously, there's the ones that we always get with Fleet Week, and then in the later part of the year, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. But with persistent entity streaming and the new features in 3.18, these could have really evolved somewhat. And there's a big push for certain features like Vulcan, the resource management system, bounty hunting version 2, the new star map, and then obviously the mighty Alpha 4.0 with server meshing, pyro, and jump points, and a load more. So you can expect Cloud Imperium will be focusing on showing us more of that work and sort of all the sort of prerequisite work to that throughout the year as well. When 3.18 comes to live, that will actually set a pretty good tone for Star Citizen, because there's a huge amount of content in there, and as long as it's playable and that patch is solid, well, you actually have a load of gameplay now. but also the promise of a load more gameplay when 3.9 and 4.0 come out. We also had a post on the RSI website on future lore release schedules. Let's have a quick read of this. To start 2023, we wanted to share our plans for the lore release schedule going forward. Beginning in January, the narrative team will be scaling down the release of original content to the website in order to focus on in-game content for Star Citizen and Squadron 42. This will allow the team to expand our capacity to deliver NPC dialogue, mission text, including support for narrative-heavy investigation missions, item descriptions, and more. Having weekly fictional content has been something that's been ongoing since the game was initially announced back in 2012. Through these characters and stories, we've been able to help convey the tone and feel of the universe in the game we were trying to build. As the game has come to life, the need for these posts has decreased since players are able to start crafting their own stories in the universe. While the team will be reducing the amount of original material written solely for the website, we'll continue to release content 2 or 3 times a month in our standard Tuesday slot. This will include monthly updates to the Galactopedia, Jump Point and Whitley's Guide, articles not currently available on the website, and our quarterly Lawmakers posts where we answer questions posted in the Ask the Devs forum. Now, we may be hitting the pause button on new lore for the website, but there's always a chance we could write a special post to contextualize an in-game event, progress on an ongoing Empire-wide storyline, or simply check in on one of the many characters that have come to life in the dispatches over the last 10 years. Since the schedule will vary from month to month, here's a rough guide to what the release schedule will look like going forward. First Tuesday of a month, no post. Second Tuesday, release of a Jump Point or Whitley's Guide article not previously available. Third Tuesday, Lawmakers post in March, June, September, December, no posts in the other months. Fourth Tuesday, Galactopedia post if it's the last Tuesday of the month. If there are 5 Tuesdays, then an additional Jump Point or Whitley's Guide article will be published, and 5th Tuesdays, if applicable, Galactopedia post to round out the month. So it's interesting to see the shift in priorities there, even for the narrative and lore team, going, well, actually, we need to work more on the in-game stuff, whether that's NPC dialogue, or for missions, or for those investigation missions, which I'm really quite excited about. We can expect a lot of stuff like this to be being worked out through the scheduling at the moment with all of the other teams as well. What ships are they going to be working on? That sort of stuff. Hopefully, the Banu Merchantman will get done by the end of the year. Wouldn't that be magical? But that would mean that the team would have to stick with it from like now until the end of the year. And that might not be viable if Cloud Imperium have other plans for other ships and other projects. We also got to see recently the January 2023 subscriber promotions. Let's have a quick read of this post. This is for voluntary RSI subscribers that pay $10 to $20 each month based on their sort of perk level. Welcome to 2953. This year will be Star Citizen's biggest to date, and subscribers can kick it off in speed and style. Greycat's latest little racer, the STV, is available to drive throughout January, while fans of the Verse's other high-octane ground vehicles can enjoy them with brand new paints. We're also tweaking how the subscriber exclusive promotion runs. Now, the vehicle of the month and subscriber exclusive pledge promotion will run together, meaning that you don't have to wait until the end of the month to add whatever is available as the vehicle of the month to your fleet. This makes a huge amount of sense from Cloud Imperium. Simplify a load of this stuff, go bam, this is the vehicle of the month for RSI subscribers. You can also purchase it with some free little extras and perks if you are a sub. Cloud Imperium continue. So while we catch up a month, subscribers can pick up both the Anvil Centurion and the Greycat STV with enhanced insurance until the end of January. But there are also loads of new paints for subscribers. Get ready to race with these all new paints for some of the latest vehicles in the verse. Each paint pack features a fresh look for the Tumbrel Cyclone, a Apoa Nox, Drake Dragonfly, and Consolidated Outland Hoverquad. Paints are compatible with each model variant as well, for example the Cyclone MT and the Nox Q. Centurions get the Streamline pack, which is blue skins. Emperators get the Overdrive pack, which is red skins, but they also get the blue skins as well. In the sub-store, there's also the turbocharged purple skins to purchase. I do like the fact that these packs encompass a large amount of skins. Zin will be happy as well because there are purple ones. She loves the color purple. I'm expecting some more interesting offerings from the sub, flare, and items throughout the year. Remember that most of that stuff is also going to be obtainable in-game in the loot boxes after a 3-month exclusivity period, typically. Something that I really hope that Cloud Imperium clear up during the year is some form of insurance or way of getting back your concierge and subscriber items without having to reset your account. Boom! That's it for your update today. Lots of changes potentially coming to the way that Cloud Imperium convey information and sort of development updates, roadmaps, all that sort of jazz. There's a lot going on this year as well, so I'm actually pretty excited for Vulkan integration and for the resource management system and for 4.0 and just all the other stuff that Cloud Imperium are working on in the run-up to server meshing. So 3.18 and persistent entity streaming really has started to open up what is now possible in the game. And as we approach 4.0, we're going to see a load of new content, a load of new gameplay, and then a big sort of update with 4.0. And then beyond that, well, there's the potential for a huge amount of gameplay coming into the game relatively quickly. But what do you think? Are you excited for Alpha 3.18 hopefully going to live in the next few weeks? Are you excited beyond that with 3.19? What do you think is going to be in that? Do you think they'll actually hit the rough target of 4.0 by the end of the year? Or do you think there's going to be too many problems that they'll encounter? And we've all seen constant delays with a variety of things with Star Citizen throughout the years. Do you think we're going to see better updates from Cloud Imperium, more concise and informative roadmaps that are sort of changed closer to real time? Or do you think we're going to still have the same old problems that we've had in the previous years? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's a new year, time for resolutions, a brighter future. I'll make myself better each day. Or I could just stay at home and play computer games. But what if someone steals my house or bank while I'm otherwise preoccupied on the internet? NordVPN.com/BoredGamer. It's probably the best VPN deal of 2023 already. Not only does it provide security, anonymity, and accessibility on the interwebs, but I haven't heard of anyone with NordVPN having their house stolen. Thanks, NordVPN. Now no one will know what type of degenerate anime I watch. Get NordVPN, you filthy animal. You deserve it. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January, we are giving away an Argo Raft, the reinforced advanced freight transport ship, a dedicated cargo hauler that should see some additional gameplay in 2023. This also comes with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, then please consider becoming a YouTube member with the join button under my videos. You could even become a Patreon. There's links below to that. But liking, subscribing, commenting goes a huge way to help the channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.